love bugs. It's Jen, and this is my first actual video in my new house. This is my blank wall behind me in my dining room. And I just wanted to chat. This week I am filming kind of a week in the life as I'm going through and unpacking and purging things. And one of the things that I continue to talk about is how I'm not on any specific meal plan right now. And I've been getting a couple of questions and comments and things like that on social media, so I thought I'd just kind of talk about it a little bit and just kind of share a little bit of my story and what I'm walking through in this. I'm sorry, I'm trying to adjust here. By the way, my shirt, I love my shirt. It says, I love stretchy pants. Isn't it great? It's got a big stain on it that I'm not sure where it came from, but it's okay. I'm a mom. We get stains. It just happens. Okay, so those of you who have watched this channel for a while, you guys have seen my journey. If you've been with me since the beginning, you know the whole story. But for those of you that are new or that are just watching this for the first time for this video, hi, I'm Jennifer, and I am a food addict. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about a little bit in this video. So if that's something that you're interested in, if you want to hear that story, if you're struggling with weight issues and health issues and things like that, and you'd like to hear the story, go ahead and stick around. And if not, then I love you and I'll see you in the next video. And if you do stick around, be sure you click the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell notification while you're at it. And now that the shameful, cheap plug is over, let's get into things here. Okay, so I have had a weight problem my entire life. I mean, pretty much since I was 6 years old, I was overweight. And so my entire life it's been a struggle. And I've, dieted and fasted and dieted and starved myself and binged ate and everything that you can think of. I've done a ton of diets. I've done diets people have never even heard of. And so, finally in 2012, it just culminated to a point where I was on the verge of diabetes, on the verge of heart disease. I was killing myself with food. And so my doctor suggested that I look into weight loss surgery, and I did. And so actually that was in 2011. And then no, that wasn't 2012 because it went fast. It was February 2012. And then by July 2012, I had a vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which removed 80% of my stomach and left me with a sleeve the size and shape of a banana. And I lost that first year, I lost 100 pounds. My highest weight was 310 pounds. When I went in for my first appointment with my surgeon, I was at 295 pounds. And when I went in the day of surgery, I was at 285 pounds. And actually, really, total, I lost more than 100 pounds, but I lost all the way down to 185 pounds. And I looked good. I felt great. It was the most energy, most amazing I'd ever felt in my life. But I still thought I was fat. I still looked at myself as fat. I still looked at myself as heavy, even though I could see in pictures how much lighter I was than I was at 310 pounds. Even now, and I'll get to my story now, but even now I'm completely different. In fact, I'm going to insert a picture right here. This is before when I was 310 pounds. So yeah, that's the difference. So I do see the difference when I see the pictures side by side, but even at 185 pounds, I had it was a huge, what's called body dysmorphia syndrome. And it happens specifically with people who have eating disorders like anorexia, bulimia. But it also happens a lot in people that have lost extreme amounts of weight because we're not used to seeing ourselves as thin, right? So, and I wasn't thin, but I was okay. I was healthy. But again, I still saw myself as fat. I still was I still have a lot to lose. I still want to lose 20 more pounds, blah, blah, blah. And I started back on the hunt for the perfect diet. And then I gave up again. And when I gave up again, I regained 40 pounds, almost 50 pounds back. I've regained almost half of what I lost since surgery. So, you know, and so then I got up to the highest weight that I've had since after surgery, which is 220 pounds. And I'm like, okay, I got to do something. So again, the great diet hunt went on. And, you know, and it's exhausting because I've done 5 things. You know, I've done like an all-natural detox kind of a style diet. That's my coffee pot, sorry. I've done paleo. I've done keto. I've done low fat. You know, I've done them. And none of them, I can't stick with any of them, first of all. I don't stick with any of them. I eat for a while and then I'm like, okay, I gotta have something. I gotta have this. You know, it's like a really great example is with keto. I was doing really well and then I started craving sweet potatoes and apples, you know, fruit and good fruit and good healthy vegetables. I was craving these things, but I was so ingrained in the keto mindset that I was like, oh, I can't have that. I can't have that. I'm insulin resistant. I can't have that. I have, you know, it'll spike my blood sugar. Well, I came off keto probably around Thanksgiving, Christmas time, you know, with the intention of getting back on, and I just never went back on. And in fact, I've been eating a pretty normal diet, and if I'm honest, I haven't gained any more weight. I haven't really lost any weight, but I've been maintaining, you know. So I went and I had some blood work done and I had everything tested because I was like, I know there's got to be something wrong because my joints hurt, you know, all these symptoms that I was just knew that I had autoimmune disease. And so I went through the entire list of things. My blood sugar is fine. My thyroid is fine. My kidney function and liver functions are fine. My blood sugar is fine. My cholesterol is fine. The only thing that they found, there was two things that they found is first, I'm deficient in vitamin D, which, you know, it's kind of new, you know, that it makes sense because we don't get out much, honestly. So you see how pale I am, guys. Don't you love this shadow back here? I feel like I need to make shadow puppets on my face. Sorry. Anyway, so we found that I'm deficient in vitamin D, and I do have the antibody markers for inflammation, for autoimmune stuff. But digging a little deeper into the research, I have found that vitamin D deficiency actually can cause inflammation. And so I'm sitting here thinking, so this entire time I've been going through thing after thing, trying to figure out what's wrong with me, and all I needed was to get outside more. I know, right? So I've started taking a vitamin D supplement and I've started trying to move more. And as far as mobility goes, that's been helping a lot. And I went back to eating just a regular diet, not the standard American diet, because that's still way too much sugar and I still can't, I just can't even. But, and that's not to say that I don't allow some junk food and some, you know, stuff like that, because every once in a while we do have that. But, you know, on a daily basis, I'm eating whole grains. On a daily basis, I'm eating just meat, whether it's lean meat or fatty meat. I'm eating meat. I'm eating protein. On a daily basis, I'm getting natural fats in. I do try to stay away from canola oil and things like that just because it turns my stomach now for some reason. So, but, you know, I'm trying to eat a naturally balanced diet. And, you know, and so I keep going back in my head, well, I have to be on a diet. I have to be on some kind of eating plan. And then Sunday, Mother's Day, our pastor gave an amazing sermon. I'll leave the link below if you would like to watch it. But one of the things that he went into, and the whole sermon is great, but the thing that really resonated with me is he's talking about how in our walk with Christ, in our relationship with God, sometimes everything that's on the outside, from the outside world, really takes the place of God, and how we create idols that are above him. And, and he, in a way, he challenged us to kind of, what's your idol? And I didn't have to think about it. It immediately popped in my head. It was like right then God convicted my heart that diets are my idol. Not just, not just eating right, eating healthy, dieting in general. If it's got a title, it's an idol to me. And that includes paleo, keto, trim healthy mama. Y'all know that. What else? It just, Atkins, Pritikin, if it had a title, I was like, I've got to try this. And so I had to really take a step back and really do some inner reflection and say, wow, okay, God, what else? Show me just now, convict my heart, continue to convict my heart, Lord, because that's what I needed in that moment. And he started showing me that, what I'm doing now, as far as my eating goes, is okay, because I'm not obsessing over the food. I'm feeding my family, and I'm feeding myself, and I'm trying to feed us, as nourishing and healthy as I can on the budget that we have. But I have to give myself grace, and I have to stop relying on what somebody else tells me I should eat and start relying on what God is telling me I should eat. So I have a lot of friends in the keto community, and I'm sure they don't understand the concept. But here's the thing, is that every time I start a new diet, I'm gung-ho. This is the diet for, not just for me, for everybody. I'm like, die-hard paleo, I'm die-hard low-fat, I'm die-hard ketogenic, die-hard trim healthy mama. And the thing is that I can't be die-hard anything. I cannot, for my relationship with the Lord to bloom and to blossom, I cannot be hardcore any diet plan. I cannot. I have to focus on my relationship with him. And, that includes not worrying about the food, just feeding my family on a budget, eating when I'm hungry, if my body, and listening to my body, because God has created this amazing creation to tell me, I can tell myself when I'm hungry. I can tell myself when I need to eat. If I feel like I'm hungry, I'm going to go eat something. If I feel like eating a cheese sandwich, I'm going to eat a cheese sandwich. If I feel like eating a salad, I'm going to eat a salad. If I feel like a cheeseburger, if I feel like chicken. And that's the thing, is that I have to, and it's mind-blowing really, because just in the last few days of that realization, I've started feeling better. My body functions are improving. And I think it's because it's just no more stress over food. I think I stress too much about what I'm eating. And, and I can't anymore. So I guess in a way, I can say that I am giving up again for the last time. But because I'm giving it to God. Now, I'm going to say this. If you are diabetic, if you have if you have an autoimmune disorder, if you have a thyroid disorder, liver function disorder, anything that is having to do with your body, please follow whatever your doctor's instructions are, and find a plan that is working for you and your body. For some people, keto is an amazing plan, and it works wonders for those who need it. The paleo plan is amazing and works wonders for those who need it. All of these plans really are, they have a function, they have a purpose. But, God created each and every one of us differently. We all have different bodies. We all have different gastrointestinal systems. We all have different hearts, livers, kidneys, we all have different things that are going wrong with our bodies. And so, it's important for us to remember that we are all different. None of us are alike. God loves diversity. And so there is not any eating plan or diet plan that's going to work for everybody. It's just not. It's impossible. So, so that's where I'm at right now. The AC just kicked on, so I hope that, yeah. So yeah, no more dieting for me at all. No more eating plans. No more counting calories. No more counting fat. No more counting carbs. I've got to stop. I've got to stop because I'm not only hurting myself, but I'm hurting my relationship with God through the process, and that's not okay. So yeah, I really hope that kind of explains things. If you guys would like to see what I'm eating in a day, I'll be more than happy to share that. My favorite breakfasts right now are, I will either eat eggs funnily enough, I'm not doing the Trim Healthy Mama plan. However, I am a member of the Trim Healthy Mama group, which I probably need to leave the group if I'm not on the plan. But there is a recipe floating around that called Sweatpants Oatmeal, and that is my favorite oatmeal recipe right now. Google it because it's not my recipe, so I'm not comfortable with sharing it. But yeah, Google Sweatpants Oatmeal and you'll find it. It's really fantastic. So that, and then whole grain pancakes, banana pancakes are a favorite right now. Or I will eat eggs and a slice of Ezekiel toast or sprouted grain toast. I love sprouted grain toast. I think it's fabulous. So, so as you can see, it's like, it's got a balance there. Lunches will usually be whatever leftovers I have for the night before. Sometimes I'll have a salad. Sometimes I'll have a sandwich. Sometimes I just have, pizza or a pot pie with my husband. My husband and I love Marie Callender's pot pie, so sometimes I'll eat a pot pie. So, it varies. And then dinners are just pretty much whatever. We eat everything from pasta to tacos to soups to grilled meats and salads, and it's just like a hodgepodge. So yeah, so this week I don't actually have a meal plan for this week, which is very unusual because I actually usually have a meal plan, not because I'm trying to obsess over things, but because it just makes my life so much easier, especially right now with all the chaos around me, to just say, okay, this is what we're having. So tonight I know I'm making roast chicken and vegetables for dinner. I've got some chicken leg quarters in there that I'm going to roast up, and I've got a couple of bags of what I call roast veggies, which are potatoes, carrots, and onions, and I'm going to roast all those together, which is not, it's like almost summer here now, and that's not really a summery food, but it is what it is. So that's going to be dinner tonight, and I think tomorrow night is Wednesday, and tomorrow is actually the last church meeting that we have, Wednesday night church meeting that we have for the spring, so I'm hopeful that we're going to try to go to that, but we'll see. And I actually think I would like to make some kind of a pasta dish for tomorrow night, but probably not. I'll probably wait till Thursday. So tomorrow might be a soup night. I'll keep you posted on that. And then, see, tomorrow's Wednesday, and then Thursday, if I don't do pasta tomorrow night, I'm definitely doing some stuffed shells, I think, Thursday, because I've been wanting those. So I'll make a little pan of stuffed shells and salad. And then Friday, we are going to make our own pizzas, homemade pizzas, because the Jacob requested that. And then Saturday, I'm not entirely sure. We have a benefit happening Saturday afternoon at our local senior citizen center. So I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do for dinner that night. We may come home and do some burgers or something like that, or we may go do takeout. So whatever. I don't know. It's whatever at this point. So yeah. So that's kind of it for this week, guys. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it made sense to you. I hope I wasn't rambling too much. If you really want to hear any more of my testimony on my food eating and things like that, I'm really wanting to get back into blogging, and I think that's going to be one of the topics that I really talk about, because I feel like I can get my thoughts down on paper better than I can articulate them vocally. So I might do that. So if you'd be interested in that, let me know, and I'll make sure that I post that link too. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. So All right, well, I love you guys, and I'm going to keep you guys posted on everything. And, you know, and I want you guys, you know, y'all keep me accountable. Seriously, if you see me come on here talking about a new diet plan that I'm just obsessed with, call me out. I give you permission to call me out, like big time, because that's not what God wants for me. At least in this season, that's not what God wants for me. So, yeah. So anyway, that is it, guys. I love y'all so much. You know, thank you for being here and listening to my rambles. And, you know, thanks for just being my encouragement. Y'all are my team, and y'all are my people. And, you know I'm really low down the subscriber list, and I'm totally okay with that, because for me, it's not about the quantity of subscribers, it's about the quality of subscribers that I have. And I don't have a huge amount, but the ones that I do have are the best. So I love you guys to the moon and back. And remember, you are completely and totally loved and created in the image of a God who thinks you are absolutely amazing and perfect just the way you are. I love you guys so much, and we'll see you next time.